Hello, I'm here to quickly teach how to create a very advanced HTTP server. So basically what we are going to do here is, considering that you're already aware of what Swoole is, and this is a very short video to teach you how to do a Swoole server that does templating and routing. So let's jump right on it. First, the dependencies. I already have some dependencies on my composer and already have them installed. So the first dependency is the league plates. So that dependency is basically, let me open the browser here. That dependency is basically PHP league plates. So that dependency is a template engine to render our HTML with some dynamic content. So that's basically what it does. You can search more on platesphp.com. So in the second parameter we have Slim. Slim is a component from Slim framework, is the base component, and is basically its app container. So this app container allows us to do routing, to do middlewares, and to do stuff. But in the other hand, there is this trade-off where it requires a PSR. So this is not a bad thing, it's just a detail, because, and it's important to know, because Swoole doesn't gives you a PSR7 request, HTTP request. It gives you a very basic HTTP request. So we have to transform this object into a PSR7 so we can go through Slim to have those advantages. With that in mind, we have other two dependencies here, the Swoole converter PSR7 and the Nihon PSR7. So the first one, it will help us to convert our PSR7 request and response for us to be able to work with this routing. And the second one will help us with some Slim dependencies related to PSR17 factories. So we don't have to understand this right now. I've just mentioned it so you can search and understand further if you need. But with this video, you will be able to go happy with some implementation. So basically, let's do it very fast. So first of all, I'm going to include the dependencies. So require div and member auto load. So now we have our auto load. So the first thing that I'm going to bring here is the PSR17 factory. So let's go there. I'm going to load it. This is basically this package right here. Let's do it. And why, you might ask, why I'm using this package instead of using Slim PSR17 is because what I'm actually doing is I'm converting a lot of stuff here. So if I use Slim once, I won't have the conversions that I need from Swoole. So to make this advanced stuff, with Swoole, with the selection of tools that I have, this is necessary. So with this in mind, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create the request converter, which is going to be the object that I use for this conversion, and I'm going to pass the PSR17 for the four parameters, which are basically factory interfaces. So you can search more later. Now I'm going to instantiate the Slim app container. So let's go here and add the dependency. And Slim requires this routing middleware so it can identify the route. So for example, I'm going to put a route here right now, and in this route, which is the root of the domain, I'm going to receive a request, and I'm going to load the plates, and I'm going to load a template directory called view. I'm going to create it later, and the file is going to be view1, and I'm going to pass a variable. Let's put my name, and I'm going to return. So that's basically Slim, right? This is all Slim. So usually Slim is going to do like app run. So that we're not going to do that because we're not running Slim, we're running Swoole. So now let's add the Swoole server. So here's Swoole, right? And let's put, let's put this on the namespace area. Swoole HTTP server. Yes, that's it. So now I have some information for the console to show. This here is not actually required, but I'm just putting this. So when we run the server, this is going to be printed. Otherwise, nothing will be written. And it might look weird. So, and the last part is our conversion. So Swoole, as you might know, it has this request event for the HTTP. So Swoole is serving here its own server. And by serving its own server, what we have is the request event happening on every time we receive a request. So here the conversion happens like this. I pass the Slim app, I pass the request converter, and first I create a PSR7 request from Slim request, and then I process that request through Slim, right? And that will give me a PSR7 response, but I can't send a PSR7 response through Swoole server as a response to Swoole server. So here comes the response converter, where I grab the PSR7, actually Swoole response, and I put the converter, and then I grab the PSR7 response and I convert it here to what Swoole needs to send as a response. That's basically what's happening here. So let's see, let's add import the namespaces, and that's all. So I'm going to put the GIST link in the description. So this here is HTTP request, and this is actually Swoole HTTP request, this is Swoole HTTP response, and this is the converter. So this is basically it. So once we have now to add a template, so let's go there and add a very basic template. It's inside views, right? Because here's where we're setting this on plates, and the view one is the name of the file, the view file that we have there. So let's add it there. And here what I'm going to do is I'm adding an HTML add title, something very basic, test page, and body, hello, and my name. Oops, name, right? Oops. Okay, here it goes. So here is all you need. Let's see this working. First, I go on my terminal, running the server. So I go here now. There it is. I'm writing Savio. If I want to write something else, I go there, change it to something else, and I refresh, something else. So that's all.